Or we could just go Zom. Trolls of Zom are kind of fun. If we're looking for something kind of just quick, get in, get out, probably die mid-game, but have a lot of fun and a bit of an easy trip until then. Doesn't sound horrible. So, let's do that. A bit of a palate cleanser here. I'm gonna do a Troll Chaos Knight just because we can. And what do we wish to call you? You'll be of Zom. I'm not feeling especially creative, so it's just gonna be Tom of Zom here. Fantastic. I'm sure you'll do great, kiddo. Train these up to half decent spots, and we'll see how that goes. I guess trolls may have gone slightly better off with the shape-shifting. Now that I think about it, you have a potential for a more consistent source of defensive capability. I do like the large rocks. I'm very excited for that side of it. If we can get a healthy supply going, then that can definitely carry us long and far here. But there we go. Blanking on a moment. My own routine here. Let's definitely grab that seed just in case any of you lovely folks want to join in from home. See how you fare in the dungeon. Perfect. And with that, let's just jump to it, shall we? Again, it should be, by all accounts, a very smooth start to the run here. I guess maybe you never know quite the validity of that statement with Zom as your chosen life partner, especially since we're apparently just being made extremely attractive to all of the enemies around us. Zom, you dog, you. But nothing we can't handle. Beautiful. Ooh, Ring of Willpower is a lovely early find for us here as well. And bada boom, bada bing. So as with most trolls here, we'll have a fairly, let's just come out and say it, easy time. You know, as much as I want to tiptoe around statements like that, make sure we're not baiting karmic reactions to her runs here, I think it's fairly safe to say that that is the case for troll characters, at least until you get to around lair, but usually post lair. It's usually the depths involved stage of the game where everything starts to crash and burn around you, and you're left crying into your claws, wondering where did it all go wrong. But until then, should be pretty swell. Pretty fantastic indeed. Especially, ooh, we get blade hands early on if we wanted to go that route. Interesting. Troll shapeshifters are the strongest melee build in your opinion. They prefer to start them as fighters for the shield. Very fair, and I can imagine that being the case. There's, again, a very good reason why every single one of my casters prior to the shapeshifter update pretty much inevitably ended up going into transmutations. Especially, nothing hits quite like that Dragon Form Manifold Assault build from back in the day. My final Ogre character before they were removed from the game just smashed it out of the park in that department. Should have called him Brock Lesnar or Bruce Lee for the unarmed combat title. True. Could have called him Large Rock Lesnar. Something along those lines. Well, I always appreciate name suggestions because you never know when things are going to take a fairly quick and sudden turn to the worst here, so it's good to have some backups available. Which, of course, is all in satire and a complete joke because we will have no problems. We definitely won't die early on here. Can't imagine that. Couldn't be me, you know? But we like to entertain the possibility of even the impossible here on the channel. Things like me not being a god gamer. What happens if you abandon Zom? It's all the negative side of Zom with absolutely zero of the positives, if I remember correctly. So you're getting hit fast and furious with all the purely negative random effects. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone just chill for a moment here. Even a troll can die if I don't chill for the right moments here or there. Yeah, I believe that's the main extent of it. So, I mean, if you're on a character that's already not really struggling with any of the negative effects of Zom, then it's not actually that detrimental of an effect. Though, I'm talking completely out of my ass here, because I have zero clue what it's like to abandon the majority of gods in this game. You know, having an academic knowledge, having read about the effects, doesn't quite hit the same as burning through the anger of a refuted god in person. Wand of Polymorph shouldn't be a problem for me, my friend. Beautiful. Zom's getting bored. Chill, man. I'm not. No. Okay, back up to toy. Immediately make some noise, and Zom was very excited by their own noise making. Little bit egotistical, to say the least, but to each their own. And hey, who am I to say that Zom isn't deserving of a little egotism here or there? They are a pretty one-of-a-kind kind of folk. Okay, definitely murder the priest there as quickly as possible. I know, I'm very sad about Natasha, but the reason why I didn't get too down the dumps is we at least know that she's still alive somewhere on that level. So we just get the heck out of Dodge, and we again cry ourselves to sleep for the moral transgressions that we have committed in pursuit of what? Fame, victory, honor, the good of all beings across the entire surface world. All of it pales in comparison to the simple act of murdering an innocent cat who's just looking for a friend, looking for their master. But yes, fortunately, we at least know in our heart of hearts, deep down inside, Natasha's all right for now. Exactly. As long as we don't run into Natasha on our escape path, in which case we're gonna have some hard questions to ask ourselves. But we shall see how it all goes down. Of course, we have an okay stack of scrolls. The distribution across our scrolls is a little bit odd at the moment. We have multiple 3 stacks, the 1 4 stack. So it gives me some pause to immediately reading them. But we'll probably break that fast at some point in the near future here, if I had to guess. If just so we can get rid of the... Ooh. The Sword of Damocles over our head. And work against my own issues. Sorry, I'm very distracted as I try to formulate a half-coherent sentence. But I probably just want the regen amulet, stacking more regen along with our native troll abilities. I mean, it's hard to say no. I do want to mark protection from fire and just ring of protection. Both have high potential to be useful down the road. So I'll mark those off for now. Did I ever try to reunite her with Boris? Not sure if they have some special dialogue or not. I have not, but that sounds like a fun little side quest. I think in order to not lose our mind, we'd likely have to do a seeded run, so we at least know that they're both going to be around somewhere. I don't know, is there a good way if I could still do it semi-blind, where, I know that a seed has Natasha, and I know that it has Boris, but don't necessarily know where I can find our buddy old pals? Then I think that would be a pretty fun mix of things. You son of a gun. Now I get crystal plate armor? How dare you, DCSS? Oh me oh my. Of course, it's always got to be on troll. Some things never change. Tradition is tradition. Okie dokie. Well, I guess let's not get too hung up on what was and what could have been. And instead, we'll just march ever onwards into the beat of violent but glorious combat. Ooh, a chaotic branded weapon. I feel like I haven't seen one of those in a hot minute here. Thank you, Zom. I appreciate it. That frog was terrifying, so I'm glad you yoinked me out of there in the nick of time, saving our very skin, as it were, which is saying something, because I've heard that many adventurers that come down here are just constantly begging trolls to give them their skin. Don't know what kind of weirdo would engage in such dialogue, but you know, better safe than sorry. Make sure we don't run into any of those freaks. But taking a bit more damage than I would like here, but nothing we can't handle. There we go, nothing we can't handle. Beautiful. And away we go. Who the heck did that? That was Zom, wasn't it? Zom tormented me. But, oh Zom, oh Zom, why do you torment me so? My sweet prince. Do enough potion, or gold for a potion. Interesting. +5 scythe finisher. This is a fun one, but I've never actually used this weapon. I don't know, a scythe of speed, pretty incredible in its own right. I could try to have this as like a back burner option for funsies, I guess. What does execute actually do? It may instantly slay those it strikes. Huh. I do love it's a weapon of speed, base attack delay, still 2.0. And I do believe that that is including the brand. Oh, maybe not. 1.3. That is base attack for a scythe. Oh my gosh. That's actually a pretty dang solid weapon if you get it early on enough. 26 base damage. How are we looking on unarmed? Our base damage is higher and we attack a lot faster. Yikes. One day, I dream of an occasion where something like Scythe will actually come in handy, but unfortunately, not today. Wand of Light? No? Well, let's just duke it out then. Even relatively scary enemies, not the end of the world. If you got the claws to handle it, maybe. Pickle, don't make me a fool in front of my friends right after I said it with my chest, with confidence even. Yes, a lot more HP than poor Riz. Undead can't be blinded. I definitely can agree with that after the anecdotal experience that we just garnered in that previous encounter. Definitely not something that I think about too often. The slow from the Kurari. You son of a gun. Get out of here. Get out of here. How dare you. Ooh, but on the other hand, I'll forgive all your transgressions if you but simply give me your skin. You son of a gun, you. How dare you? After all I did for you, after all we went through together, this is how you repay me? By not giving me your skin? Your sweet skin? Net large rocks for sale in this economy? Incredible. Well, can pick up some darts. A single dart of dispersal. Good for all of our emergency needs, I'm sure. And beautiful. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Well, let's head back slightly, at least so we're not being bombarded with Curare darts, is what I was going to say. Okay, that was foolish of me to take those turns, but here we are. What else can I bring into the mix here? I mean, I should read a teleport. This is really bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's really, really bad. Perfect. Never mind. It's easy. Now, where did you go, you brigand son of a gun? Come fight me, you coward. I'll bite your legs off. Beautiful. Some Curare darts for us there. Love to see it. And that should be the trickiest part of this floor. Unless things... It's going to say go horribly wrong, and lo and behold, they went horribly wrong. Fantastic. Get out of here, random energy. What? Oh. The orc warrior looks very confused is what the chat log said there. Let's completely sidestep the fact that I was extremely confused over what happened. Thank you, Zom. Appreciate it. Let's try that again. I don't think there was too much else for us here. Some half-decent weapons on the white pack there, but of course, we do not have interest in such menial things. We have our sweet, sweet claws for all of life's issues. How hard is it to win with Zom? That's an interesting question. I actually don't historically find it that difficult to win with Zom. It does change the way you have to play just because random effects can very much change the timbre of an encounter in a moment's notice. So that's, you know, an interesting divergence, I guess, diversion from the usual way that the game is played, which is very methodical and, you know, deterministic to a certain extent, even with all the random chance that is involved in the game. But definitely depends on the character. Holy moly, what am I doing? You hit like a beast, my friend. I guess it's kind of the electric damage, but 666% travel speed. Well, let's start drinking. Haste, actually, pretty dang solid. Now was not the time, Zom. I was just speaking your praises, and this is how you repay me? Teleport was not actually worth it. I realized slightly after I started reading it that I already had the haste and the speed and the gumption to get through in one piece. Now this is interesting. I probably just keep fighting, right? I could haste again. Well, let's drink another random potion. Attraction. And I'm confused. Okay, well, definitely gonna cure immediately there. I am so close to dead. It's doable. You usually end up with tons of good mutations. In the late game, you have enough consumables to deal with just about anything. Exactly, it is just this early game. I don't know, I always think back to one of the first tournaments that I played. Potion of Resistance. Gosh darn it. You know what? Okay, that did not help because the priests, I guess everyone's too congested. The traffic jam is a little bit too real at the moment. Will this give me enough health to survive one smite? Does give me enough to survive a single smite. You know what? Oh, and Maimon, that's where all these gosh darn demons are coming from. Okay, and then yikes. You sons of guns. Let's chug this potion. Maybe that's something. It is heal wounds. Okay, I'm just drinking 2 of those right away here, and we're gonna see if we can somehow pull a victory from the jaws of defeat here, shall we? +3 Whip of Chaos. Tempting. Tempting in its own right. Well, we somehow survived that, so that's incredible. Reaper, you're saying that Felix Chaos Knight is probably best. Those extra lives go a long way. That's interesting. Extra speed helps a little bit with when you get placed into a nasty situation. I mean, the downside is that you're, of course, a lot more likely to get hard deleted off the face of this planet here the second you get teleported into a group of enemies, but you do have the extra lives to balance that out. Huh. I like the theme of that as well. Cats are, in many ways, agents of chaos, and so it's only fitting and right that they manifest that role in the game as well. Bot clencher for sure. I mean, you're saying it right there for sure, Dr. Pirate. Doesn't get much clenchier than that. Also, hello. Fields don't have any extra speed anymore in 0.31? No. My babies lost their running paws? How dare they? No, that's interesting. Okay, so no longer have that going for you, but the extra lives, I guess, still makes a lot of sense. So I can appreciate that. I think I'm going to learn some shape-shifting in advance. We start with 1 extra life. So I'm slowly trying to remember some of the changes overall. Because the other thing there, or you mentioned the lives, kind of jogged my memory slightly. To us, I've had this conversation in the past with some folks in chat about how it felt, the changes, because I believe with the extra life and some minor things, I immediately thought that Felix were actually going to be stronger, or at least safer to play, but overall, it was probably still, or it's still largely considered a nerf, right? Losing the speed is just such a big detractor overall, since that was one of the few things they had going for them. Spriggans still have their speed though, correct? Well, don't know why I decided to do this. Holy crap, Amaemon, you do not fool around. In fact, no. You had some help here, right? Let's see if it's strong enough to survive yet, you said. Zom, what else did you say? When the heck did all these demons show up? Because that's where things started to take a bit of a turn. And I assumed it was a Amaemon, but I'm not seeing anything in their list here that would bring in the, specifically you, my Hellwing pal. Hate that. Well, I'm probably gonna die. Oh no, okay, I get the curing out, that's nice. Oh yes, can you confirm that you are not summoned by a Amaemon, you son of a gun. Read random scrolls, I guess, folks? That's all we got really going for us here. I am fast. Not fast enough, though, you son of a gun. Oh, Zom. What humor you have. What jovial appreciation you have for life itself. I can appreciate that. So I was gonna immediately jump in with Troll again. There's some temptation to try out a Feel It of Zom.